Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over in the test account and we're going to be looking at the two new events that are coming up. And as you can see right there on the top of our screen, it is around the Valentine's Day event. So I want to break this down, show you exactly what it is. Now, when it comes to the Firefly Glow, it looks like they kind of revamped this. Now, this was the original Valentine's Day. And when you look at Whispers of Bloom, this was the frame. So looking at these avatar frames, players used to pay literally tens of thousands of dollars to get these avatar frames, which is kind of crazy. And this goes through donations. So you can see the leaderboards right here on a couple different players. And you can also see if you're gifted 500, gifted 15,000, the top 100 or the top 10 is going to get this very, very cool limited edition Whispers of Bloom event frame. So you can earn these from daily rewards. This is where you essentially get the item that is going to be swapped within this event. Comes from out of here, which is the Luminous Dew. When you get these, you can actually exchange them with other players, and that is how you get the event items, which we'll look at in just a minute. And of course, based on the donations, based on what you receive, that is going to do the exact same. That is going to give you the ability to place within here for the frames themselves. Leaderboard will be determined by the total number of Dream Song Lilies players received during the event, based on the final rankings. This, of course, after reaching Twisted Realm floor 280, you'll receive a quantity of those Dream-based Lilies. I think that might be where they come from, because then we look at the other side of the event, which is the Firefly Glow. This is going to be an exchange. So now we're thinking of the item we just looked at from the daily. The pigment is going to be exchanged in here, which I'm wondering if the other side is going to be the lilies that you get out of a certain game mode. So again, you'll notice the Luminous Dew is within here. Now looking at the heroes, a lot of players always ask, and I get a ton of questions, who should we pick out of the event? There are always heroes that are present. And let's look at the lineup we have right here, guys. So we are looking at the original version of Taylene. We have Liberta, we have Khazard, and we have Ogath. So looking at this, there is only one and only one specific hero, which if you do not have this hero built up to really ascended with 1 star, you are going to need and want to get a copy of Liberta. When you start thinking about utility, when you start thinking about the hero, this hero has more utility than any other hero within AFK Arena, which is kind of crazy. So again, if you're early game, mid game, new to AFK Arena, this would be your priority if you do not have Liberta already built. Now, if you do have him built like I do, and like a lot of players do, that means none of the other heroes in here really worth it at all. So then we start looking at what do you need as an account. So there are going to be really the way that I systematically break this down, and I know some players don't agree with it. I would go ahead and I would get the baits. The reason being, when you look at the ability to build up the beast to, resonating 9, 12, 15, even finally getting them to 18, if you do not get the baits, you're going to be missing out on a lot of really, really game-changing pets within there, beasts within there. It's kind of crazy to think when we start getting to multiple teams. So even thinking campaign formations, you're in 1 team, then you're in 2, then 3, 4, ultimately 5 teams where you're utilizing 5 beasts. Then you add in the treasure scramble of 7 teams, the nightmare corridor, the cursed realm. It is imperative to have the beast built out, because when you start getting to that resonating level, it is an absolute game changer. And even some beasts like the slumbering seal will literally carry a party all by themselves. Now, if you do have beasts at resonance 18, so again, priority number 1, Liberta, 1 star, absolutely up there, followed by getting those baits or those beasts up to resonating level 18. Once you have that, then there's only 2 other options, which honestly, the third one has both options. Number 1 is the elemental cores. Number 2 are the red chest. Now, when it comes to the elemental cores for the engraving on specific heroes, when it comes to these emblem choice chests, getting to plus 30 signature items, even getting to plus 40 signature items, both of them, in my opinion, are very equally important. And it really depends on really 2 questions. Number 1, what meta heroes do you have? What meta heroes are you building? And where are those heroes built at? What are you missing for those meta heroes? Are you missing the plus 40 signature item? Are you missing the engraving on those meta heroes? This is going to be very specific to your account, essentially, depending on what you need. As a newer player to AFK Arena, again, if you join for the Dimensional, the Overlord crossover to get Sheltier and a couple other heroes, if you are earlier to AFK Arena, I would absolutely 100% pick up the red chest because there are a lot of heroes that need that plus 30 signature item, and there's a lot of heroes that need it a lot faster than some of the heroes need that engraving. The engraving is going to take a while, and engraving was actually released much later than we already had signature items. So a lot of players had signature items built. Now you also notice that with this material that we're getting, you are getting chests out of here, which I love when they kind of double up on rewards. So as you're going through here, you're doing your dailies, you're getting all of these to exchange. You are also getting additional reward chests out of here, which I absolutely love. Like I said earlier, they come from the daily chests. They also come from the event deals. Now, this is a point where a lot of events, you can purchase these out of here. And these, of course, are the Dream Song Lilies, which are the exchange. Getting these are going to be important. And I'm wondering if with the Dream Song Lilies, I think they're in here at the end. If I remember again how we ran this before, no, I'm guessing you don't get them in here. The Dream Song Lilies might only come from those bosses that we've seen before because I'm not seeing them. I don't think I've seen them in there. Yeah. So they are just going to come from the boss specific when you're going in there and you're fighting the boss. So that's going to give you the Dream Song Lilies. If you're not buying them, which of course is going to be the exchange. And even looking here, guys, 64,000 lilies already. I remember we don't really get that many, but acquiring the resources, the event deal, and then of course the Twisted Realm. So when you're going in here and you're maxing out and you're doing all of your attacks within the Twisted Realm, this is going to allow you to get some more of those lilies. Now, in addition to this event that we have with the Firefly Go, we also do have the hunting fields. Now, if you remember the hunting fields, if you're around when you played this, the hunting fields is a very, very small version of the Abyssal Expedition. Going through here, I like the rewards in here. You can see there's a lot of different resources to get out of here, and a lot of players will play one or the other. You're either going to be a supporter where you support a team. You can see you get some reduced loot out of here, or you can be a member. With the member, you are going to have to run this yourself. There's a certain order of activity or activity that you need in here to be eligible for loot. So this keeps players from joining this game mode and then essentially going AFK and not playing at all. It is very, very important if you're actually going to play it, if you're going to enroll, that you're going to go in here and be a member and you're going to play. As a supporter, you can kick back, you can just enjoy all of this free loot. And then as you're completing the quest, they can only be completed once. Now, the reason we talk about this is when it comes to the hunting field specifically, you can see challenges left 3 of 3. You can actually run this a multitude of times. You could do it as a member. You could do it as a spectator. You cannot get the loot more than once. You can't double dip the loop in there or the loot in there. So we could go ahead and we could spectate. We could apply to join the spectator right here. Apply to join. There we go. I want to join the squad. One of these players do have to approve me to join the squad. Once I'm joined in the squad, we'll be able to go through there. And essentially, you can watch them go through this game mode, which is pretty cool to see other players that are going in there. And of course, we don't have to do it ourselves. When we go on the main account, I'm going to run through here like we do before with the hunting fields. Absolutely love doing this. It's really cool. And it looks like they just joined me into the hunting fields. And you can already see where they are, where they're playing for support heroes. So we are support in this one, which of course right off the bat gives us a little bit of resources because they've already started making progression in here. And then of course the rankings, the bags, everything else. It's cool to see how players do play this in comparison to how players, some that don't or some that choose not to. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.